Welcome back to another video on DC Future States, and today we are continuing the story of Yara Flor. This Future State Wonder Woman number 2, written and drawn by Joelle Jones. I'll leave a link to my video on issue number 1 in the description down below to get you guys caught up with the story. But yeah, if you guys are ready, let's dive into this issue. The three-headed dog of the underworld, Cerberus, charges at Yara Flor. Kaipora tells Yara to hurry. The Grim Reaper begins to paddle the boat far from the shore. Yara jumps in the air and swings her lasso of truth high. She swings it around the Grim Reaper's bony arm. She pulls the Grim Reaper's arm off. She holds the bony arm in the air, saying, "Ha, gotcha." Cerberus begins to growl in front of Yara. Yara holds up the bony arm and says, "Yeah, you want this? Stay, go get it." Yara throws the bony arm and Cerberus heads after it. Cerberus is distracted long enough for Yara to jump on the boat. Yara looks back. Kaipora is still on the deck. Kaipora tells Yara that this is as far as she'll go. Kaipora warns Yara that the journey ahead will be hard. If she remains focused, she might have a chance of surviving. Yara proceeds to follow the Grim Reaper through bright fields. Yara is going on this journey to find and rescue her Amazonian friends in the underworlds. The fields turn darker as she passes them. The Grim Reaper sits on top of a stone and stays still. Yara walks toward him saying, hi, maybe you can help me, I'm looking for..." But that's when the ground beneath Yara's feet cracks in half. Yara falls through the crevices into a dark cavern. She is confronted by Hades himself. Hades kneels down and says, "If you wish to avoid an eternal punishment more excruciating than that of Sisyphus, you better explain yourself." Yara looks up smiling, saying, "Lord Hades, my name is Yara Flor, and I am the Wonder." But Hades cuts her off, saying, "We do no favors for Esquisita here." Yara looks up and says, "But I must return my soldier, Portira, to..." But then Hades grits his teeth and says, "Must you dare use such a word with me?" But then Persephone puts her hand on Hades' shoulder. Persephone walks out of the shadows with all of her beauty. She talks with Hades for a moment. Hades then looks at Yara and says, "My wife, Persephone, appeals to me on your behalf, so I will grant your wish and allow you a chance to find your soldier's lost soul. If you can locate her, that is. You have until the last grain falls. If you should fail at your task, your soul belongs to me, and the relentless agony of your torture will be the talk and terror of the cosmos to the end of time. And if you should succeed, we will allow you and your soldier a chance to return to the world above. It is your choice, Amazon." Yara responds to Hades, "I accept." Now Yara starts going down into the hands of the undead. The hands of the underworld. All these dead people, right? Now she says, "Okay, let go. I'm looking for..." "Stop it. Let go of me." The hands of the undead grab onto Yara. Yara searches for her friend, Portira. Yara pushes past her anger. She pushes past her urge to fight. She gives into the hands of the undead. A tear goes down her face. She remembers how her Amazonian friend, Portira, died. She remembers it was Themyscira, and Yara was holding on to Portira's hands. Portira was holding on to Yara for dear life. Yara said, "Hold on," and Portira responded, "I can't." Yara gritted her teeth and said, "Yes, you can. We've been through worse than this. Stop being so dramatic. Drop the spear and put some effort into it." Portira smiled and said, "You're terrible at motivational speeches, you know that?" Yara looked at Portira and said, Just be glad I got here in time. But that's when Portira looked up and saw a man behind Yara with a spear. He was going to stab Yara in the chest. Kill her. Yara didn't even notice. All she was focused on was saving Portira. She said, seriously, you have to drop your spear and grab on with your other hands. But that's when Portira started to let go of Yara's hands. Yara was confused. She said, what are you doing? And Portira said, I'm sorry. That's when she dropped. She threw the spear through the man's head, saving Yara. The man fell down dead. Yara didn't notice. She just saw her friend falling to her death. Yara remembers being devastated. She screamed, no, as her friend fell to her death. But with Yara remembering this incident, she's able to pull Portira out of the hands of the undead. She pulls Portira out, and Portira looks up. She says, where are we? Yara grabs Portira by the hand. She pulls her close. She says, don't worry, I've got you. And Portira smiles and says, Yara, you found me. They hug closely. Hades gets angry at the sight. He unleashes his forces of darkness upon Yara and Portira. Portira says, what are those? Yara tells her, run! They run to the cavern. Now Yara says, this way. Now Portira follows her, but Yara looks back. She gets her blade out. She gets her ready to fight. She says, keep going. I'm right behind you. Now Yara charges at the dark forces. She slashes at them, destroying them. Now so she kicks the wall down, and she tells Portira, go, go, go. Portira runs, and the walls begin to rumble. You hear a crash, as the walls fall. Hades is really trying to kill him. Now Yara keeps running. She hears a rumble, rumble, rumble. She says, hurry, it's going to collapse. Oh, come on, we're almost there. Now that's when a big wall collapses. Stones fall onto Portira. Portira is stuck. She says, I'm stuck. Yara looks back. She is very shocked. She has to save her friend. She grabs onto Portira's hands. She says, hold on, we'll get you out of here. Now she tries to push the stone off of Portira. Portira says, stop, it's no use. But Yara grits her teeth. She says, don't say that. I'll have you out of here in 2 shakes of a lamb's tail. Now, Portira says, no, Yara, stop before you rip my arm off. You need to go. But Yara looks down at her friend and says, no, I'm not leaving you. No, I'm not leaving you. But Portira looks up and says, I want you to know that you did every possible thing you could, but my fate is a knot that cannot be united. This is where I am meant to stay, sister. Now Yara looks at Portira and says, we have so many battles left to fight, so many stories left to tell. And Portira smiles and says, I thank you for giving noble meaning to my life. It ended as it should be, but your ending is not yet written. Show the world your purpose. The dark walls behind Yara begin to break. You see light come behind her. Now Yara looks at Portira and says, I won't let you go. Do you hear that? Help is just hang on a little longer. But Portira says, go, Yara. Now Yara begins to be pulled back. She says, no, Portira. Now Amazons begin to pull Yara out of the underworld. The Amazons say, we cannot afford to lose you to Hades today, sister. But Yara says, no! Now the Amazons say, there are still battles to be won. Yara puts out her hands. She tries to save Portira, but that's when Portira is crushed by the stone, the walls above her. You hear a crash. She is gone. Yara failed. Yara makes it out of the underworld. She's surrounded by her Amazons, her sisters. She says, no, stop. She falls to the ground. She sobs. She says, I failed you. Now light surrounds Yara, and she sobs even more. But that's where Pegasus, Jerry, comes by and starts comforting her. Now Yara laughs. She says, stop, Jerry, you're so annoying. Now Yara brightens up. She's happy again. She has many stories to tell. Now, throughout this journey though, Kaipura was watching. She concludes the issue by saying, "They are not heroes because they are perfect. They are heroes because they must overcome their imperfections." And I suppose, human or not, that is why we continue to tell their stories. This is only the beginning of Yara Flor's big overarching story. So that was Future State's Wonder Woman #2. And guys, this is another amazing issue by Joelle Jones. She does the writing and the artwork. And guys, I gotta give a shout out to both Jordi Belair and Clayton Cowles. Jordi Belair does the colors, the amazing colors. And Clayton Cowles does the really good letters, alright? Like guys, his lettering is really well done. And guys, Jordi Belair, you probably see her on a lot of different comics. Her coloring is like iconic, it's really good. But guys, Joelle Jones is really the person who leads this issue, makes this issue stunning, alright? Her writing is really solid, but her artwork is just so good. Like guys, how she draws Yara Flor, Hades, the settings of the underworlds, and outside the underworlds, like the bright landscape with all the Amazons, was really awesome. Like guys, the artwork throughout was just so top notch that it's like some of the best artwork I've seen in the comic book industry lately. So yeah guys, even if you don't like the story, you still got some amazing artwork to fit with the issue and to make up for the price of commission, right? But I still think that the story is amazing. I really like the story, seeing Yara go into the underworld, confront Hades. That was really dope. Seeing Hades unleash like his forces of darkness and see like Persephone, that was really cool, like the mythos and the lore behind that. I always like Greek mythology, it's always very interesting, but what makes this very good is the emotional scene where Yara has to let go of her friend Portira. Portira dies, guys. Like, she gets crushed by all that stone, all those walls in the underworld, and Yara has a very emotional moment. She has to let go of her friends. It's a great moment. It adds a lot of depth to Yara's character, and it makes her character even better. Like, guys, I'm really loving Yara as a character. One of the best characters to come out of Future State, and this issue pushes that narrative even further. And how this issue ends, it doesn't end on like a huge cliffhanger, but it still gets me excited to see what comes next. Because you still have like Kaipura involved, and you got Yara with her Pegasus, Jerry, and she's gonna go on more adventures. And honestly, I'm really excited for that. So yeah guys, overall I'm gonna give this issue a 9 out of 10. I definitely recommend it. If you're a big Wonder Woman fan, if you really like the first issue, if you like Yara Flor, or maybe you just like a lot of great Greek mythology like Hades, Persephone, and maybe the Amazons. If you like that sort of stuff, then check out this issue. But yeah guys, tell me your thoughts on this issue down below. What would you rate from 1 to 10? And if you like the video, give a big thumbs up on your channel. Make sure to subscribe to the notification bell so you don't miss out on my next Future State video. The next video I'll be releasing is my review to Future State The Flash #2. But yeah guys, thanks for watching, and peace out.